For a long time, AI has felt like this big, abstract thing, right? Something happening way off in the cloud. Well, this week, that all started to change. We're seeing this massive shift where AI is moving out of those distant data centers and, well, right onto our desktops and into our phones. It's becoming part of our daily lives. So let's break down what this really means, starting with the idea of a new coworker sitting right on your computer.
So, really, is AI becoming your new coworker? That's the big question that ties all of this week's news together. We're finally seeing the first real steps where AI isn't just answering our questions, but it's actively working with us, right on our own devices. And we're going to look at 3 stories today that show this happening at completely different scales. First on your personal computer, then on your phone, and finally we'll zoom all the way out to the massive global grid that powers everything.
Okay, first up, let's dive into the most direct example of this whole trend. It's a new tool that, pretty much wants to be your coworker, right there on your own computer.
So this is Cowork. It's a brand new feature from Anthropic, the folks who created the Claude AI model. What's really interesting is how they announced it. They're calling it Claude Code for the rest of your work, which is a huge deal. It signals that they're trying to take these super powerful AI tools and make them available to everyone, not just people who know how to code.
Okay, so what exactly is Cowork? Well, the easiest way to think about it is like this. Imagine you have an AI intern for your files. Seriously, you just give it access to a specific folder on your Mac, and then you can chat with it. You can literally say, hey, can you go into my messy downloads folder, find all those screenshots of receipts, pull out the expenses, and just create a spreadsheet for me. And the amazing thing is, Cowork can actually do it. It can read your files, create new ones, and get everything organized.
And this brings us to a really important idea, the AI agent. This is a term you're going to hear a lot more, and it's key to understanding what's happening here. We're moving way beyond simple chatbots that just, talk. An AI agent is an AI that can actually take actions for you in the digital world. It has agency. It can do things.
So this is why Cowork is such a game changer, even though it's just an early research preview right now. It takes that really complex idea of an AI agent and makes it super accessible to pretty much anyone. You can just give it a to-do list and it'll get to work, checking things off and letting you know how it's going, just like a real assistant. It's a very real peek into the future of working hand in hand with AI.
Okay, so that's the AI coworker on your computer. But this whole trend of personal AI is also happening on that device we all have in our pockets, right? Yeah, our digital assistants are about to get a very serious upgrade. And here it is, the news that a lot of people thought might never happen. It's official. Apple and Google, 2 of the biggest rivals in all of tech, have confirmed they're partnering up in a huge way. And look, this isn't just some small update. They're teaming up to basically rebuild Siri from the ground up.
So what's the deal here? Well, it's a new multi-year agreement where Google's powerful Gemini AI is going to become the new brain behind Siri. This tech will also be sprinkled into other Apple Intelligence features across all their devices. And this is the really important part for a lot of people. Apple has made it crystal clear that your personal data is not going to be accessible to Google. That's a huge point they're stressing.
And you don't have to take my word for it. Here's the official statement. They're talking about a multi-year collaboration to power a more personalized Siri coming this year. By saying this so publicly, both of these giants are putting their reputations on the line. They are basically promising all of us that a massive improvement is on its way.
Let's be honest. For years, we've all been hoping Siri would get smarter, right? Well, this could finally be it. The best way to think about it isn't as an update. It's more like Siri is getting a complete brain transplant. And that new brain is one of the most advanced AI models on the planet. This isn't just about your iPhone either. We're talking your Mac, your Apple Watch. The entire ecosystem is about to get a massive intelligence boost.
All right, so we've seen AI getting personal on our computers and our phones. But now let's zoom all the way out to the global scale. Because to make any of this stuff possible, you need a truly staggering amount of power and infrastructure. And that's exactly what our third story is all about. So, Mark Zuckerberg just announced a huge new initiative at Meta. But what's interesting is, it's not a new social media app. It's not a new VR headset. It's something called Meta Compute, and it's all about making a colossal investment in the physical, foundational stuff that makes AI work. So what is Meta Compute? Again, it's not something you can download from the App Store. It is a massive, long-term plan to scale the company's core AI infrastructure. We're talking about building enormous new data centers, figuring out how to power them, and even partnering with governments to get it all done. In Zuckerberg's own words, this is all about engineering a long-term strategic advantage. To really get your head around the scale of this, just look at this number. Meta is planning to build out tens of gigawatts of power capacity just in this decade. Now, to put that into perspective for you, a single gigawatt can power a pretty large city. So we're talking about an absolutely incredible amount of energy here, all dedicated to one thing: computing. They're not just building another app. They are literally building the digital power grid for the future of AI.
And this quote from Zuckerberg really sums up their entire strategy. He's saying that the way they build this infrastructure is going to be their strategic advantage. What this tells us is that the big AI race, well, it's not just about who has the smartest algorithm anymore. It's also about who physically owns and controls the power and the computers to run it all.
So why should you care that Meta is building a giant digital power grid? Well, because this is the foundation that's going to enable all sorts of future AI experiences for literally billions of people. We're talking about products and tools that haven't even been invented yet. Meta is making a huge bet that the company that controls all this computing power will be the one that gets to deliver what they're calling personal superintelligence to everyone.
All right, we've covered a lot today, right? From a tiny tool on your Mac all the way up to a global power grid. So let's bring it all back home and talk about what this actually means for you. So here are the key takeaways. First, on a personal level, AI is becoming a real hands-on coworker right on your computer. Second, at the device level, those assistants on our phones are finally getting a huge intelligence upgrade. And third, underpinning everything, at the global level, the tech giants are in a race to build the massive power grid that will run the next decade of AI.
And that really leads us to the big, exciting question, doesn't it? We're watching these tech giants build this incredibly powerful new foundation: smarter devices, AI agents for everyone, and almost limitless computing power. So the real question is, what's everyone else going to build on top of it all? Honestly, the most exciting new apps and tools are probably the ones we can't even imagine yet. And of course, as soon as they launch, we'll be right here to break them down for you.